In 1325, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, the Sultan of Delhi and founder of the Tughlaq dynasty that ruled India for almost a century, died in mysterious circumstances. While historians attribute Tughlaq's death to an accident or a palace conspiracy, in popular imagination, the king died because he was cursed by the leading Sufi saint of the time. Let's explore whether a connection exists between the scholarly and popular interpretation of the cause of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq's death. Uneasy relationship between the saint and the king has been a theme in Muslim history. The kings reigned supreme in worldly or earthly realm, while the spiritual kingdom was of the Sufis. Sufis accepted kings or caliphs as earthly rulers, and they did not oppose the way the earthly rulers governed no matter how oppressive their regime was. Sufis would claim autonomy in spiritual affairs and they won't tolerate interference in their spiritual kingdoms. Kings or caliphs also needed the support of Sufis for at least three reasons. Number one, to give moral legitimacy to their tyrannical rule. Number two, to increase popular and political support for the regime. And number three, to bless the war against infidels as holy wars, though those wars were purely for material or worldly gains. Generally, the two sides respected each other's autonomy. However, at times, conflict did arise. When an arrogant earthly ruler tried to subdue the so-called God-intoxicated spiritual master of the time and asserted his authority over both worldly and spiritual spheres. You are watching Wisdom of Life. The conflict that we are speaking about involved Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, the Sultan of Delhi, and Saint Nizamuddin Auliya, the leading Sufi of that time. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq initially served under Alauddin Khilji. During the Khilji era, several clashes took place with Mongols in which Tughlaq, whose real name was Ghazi Malik, fought bravely. After Khilji's death, the kingdom fell into disorder. The situation continued until Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq took the throne of Delhi. The new Sultan set two priorities. Number one, to restore order in the vast kingdom, and number two, to ward off the continuing Mongol threat. Nizamuddin Auliya had earlier very good relationship with Alauddin Khilji and blessed several of his military campaigns. His Khanka or residence, which was also in Delhi, attracted a large number of people. Delhi at that time also was the seat of government. Initially, relations between the new Sultan and Nizamuddin Auliya were cordial. However, fate or destiny had willed otherwise. To ward off a Mongol invasion, Tughlaq started building a new fortress city near Delhi. The city was named Tughlaqabad. The Sultan ordered that every laborer in the kingdom would be employed in the project so that it may be completed early. Those days, Nizamuddin Auliya was constructing a water tank at his residence, engaging considerable labor at night. Displeased that the labor was also working at the Khanka of the saint, the Sultan cut off supply of oil to the saint's residence to prevent lighting of lamps at night to bring construction to a halt. The royal action triggered a face-off between the Sultan and the saint. The enraged saint pronounced a curse upon the new city. He said, Ya rahe ujjar, ya base gujjar, meaning either the city will be left desolate or occupied by nomadic herdsmen. Meanwhile, the Sultan went to Bengal on a military campaign. There he learned that the workers were constructing the saint's water tank in defiance of royal order. The king vowed to punish the saint upon his return to Delhi, which in that context meant death. In response, the saint uttered the curse which has become proverbial since then. He said, Hanuz Dilli Durast, that is, Delhi is yet far off. The curse actually meant that the king would never make it to Delhi. The curse came true. While Sultan Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq was close to Delhi on his return journey, a wooden pavilion was set up to receive him. The pavilion suddenly collapsed, resulting in the king's death. It appeared an accident and was treated as such by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq's son and successor Juna Khan, better known as Sultan Muhammad Tughlaq. However, the famous Muslim traveler Ibn Battuta, who visited Delhi during the reign of Muhammad Tughlaq, disputed this version. According to him, a conspiracy was hatched by Prince Juna Khan and the late Sultan's Wazir. The pavilion was constructed in such a way that it would collapse. Killing members of family for power wasn't uncommon those days. A few years earlier, Alauddin Khilji killed his father-in-law, Sultan Jalaluddin Khilji. Many believe to date that Sultan Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq's death was due to the Saint Nizamuddin Auliya's curse. However, did the saint's involvement in the Sultan's death was more than the curse? Was he somehow connected with the conspiracy hatched by the late Sultan's son and Wazir? We don't know, and we need more research to answer the question. However, the fortress city of Tughlaqabad that Sultan Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq decided to build was abandoned in 1327, only 2 years after his death, and now it is known as a cursed city. This means another curse of Nizamuddin Auliya was fulfilled. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel, Wisdom of Life.